Hello, 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 hello. It's your girl, Lovely the Great. And today we are going to be talking about tilapia. Today we're talking about tilapia. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? The different things that people are saying about tilapia. Why people eat tilapia as opposed to other fish, or why it's more easily purchased because it's not that expensive. We're going to talk about tilapia today, y'all. So before I get started, I'm going to show a little clip that I did. 1 second. Hey, Miss K. Much love, Miss K. Show a little clip real quick. One moment, y'all. Most Americans have at least one bag of tilapia in their freezer at all times. I mean, that's just face it. It's just cheap. You get a lot of fillets in the bag. Like this is a 64-ounce bag, and it comes with enough fillets in there for several servings, especially if it's just one or two people in the family. They even have different recipes on there of ways that you can cook it, how to thaw them, if you wanted to bake them, broil them, skillet instructions, and even grill instructions. I'm trying to see, does it tell me where this actually came from? What was it? Gives you the process of farm hatchery seed. Doesn't actually tell you where, but let's see. And this is just a great value brand from Walmart. Okay. But is it good for you? Is eating too many of them bad for you? Is it too high in mercury? There's a lot of things that people say about tilapia. And we're going to talk about that today. Okay, y'all. So that was a bag of tilapia that I had in my freezer. Matter of fact, we actually ate some of it yesterday. I did a video. We did it in a 4-pack in the New Wave oven. I'm gonna show y'all that real quick. Hey y'all, so this is a tilapia 4-pack that I did in my New Wave oven. I basically cut up some potatoes, some onions. I seasoned them very well with some two tilapia fillets, and I put them in a foil paper with some butter. Put them in the New Wave oven for 40 minutes, and this is what they look like. Onions, potatoes, and tilapia. And I am about to turn it up, y'all. I'm about to turn it up. Okay. Okay. When I tell y'all that was some good eating, that was some good eating, y'all. And people make tilapia all kinds of ways. You can bake it, you can fry it, you can pan sear it. Some people like it pan seared and blackened over some rice or whatever. You can put it on the grill. I even have a video on this channel of me doing some tilapia via outdoors. Let me show y'all that one real quick. I didn't have it already pulled up, but it's not going to take long to find it because it's in a playlist. Let me see, where is it? It's under this playlist right here. It's a 15-minute video, but you guys will actually see me cooking the tilapia outside. So I'm going to show y'all that real quick. 1 second. Some of y'all might remember when I did this video, and this was back in 2018, y'all. Hello. It's your girl, Lovely Right? And I bet you are wondering why we are staring at these two bricks. We are staring at these two bricks because Lovely the Great is about to do something outside that I have not done in a long time. Lovely the Great loves camping. Lovely the Great loves outdoors. Lovely the Great loves cooking outside. However, Lovely the Great suffers an allergy to smoke. But check this out. I took some allergy medicine yesterday. I took some today, so I am willing to sacrifice because I have a taste for some tilapia off fire. I don't like. I love it in the house. I love it cooked off the grill, the house grill, whatever. But sometimes it have a taste for it off of fire, and so I'm going to start a whole series every Thursday. I'm going to be cooking outside. So this will be the first one. I'm going to do some tilapia. So these two bricks are going to become my little pit once I arrange them the way I need to and get my little sticks and stuff or whatever. So I'll be back once I get ready to start this fire up. So
One of the
my
things
new series on Thursdays. I'm going to cook something else.
One of the mistakes that I made, which did not really, it wasn't a harmful mistake, but a lot of people say that you should not cook over pine wood. And my yard has a lot of, or my property has a lot of pine trees. So I found some pine sticks and I use them. The reason they say that the pine wood is not good for using to cook with, because something about the sap or whatever, it has like a toxin or whatever. But lo and behold, this was 2018. It is now 2020, almost exactly 2 years, because this was August the 8th. So it's almost 2 years. Nothing happened. It's okay. I'm good. I'm still breathing and everything. But I did, somebody did point that out to me after this video. They was like, you might want to not use pine branches or pine wood next time. Okay, so let's just get into it.
Side, whether it's be shrimp, steak, roast, all kinds of stuff, y'all, because I am good. I am freaking awesome. If y'all think I'm good in the house on the stove, watch what I do outside. Guys, so I scavenged the yard. I did find one flat brick, but it's kind of thick. It's a little bit too thick. So for today's outdoor adventure, I'm going to be using this to put on the top as my where I'll put the food on. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and gather me some wood. I have a few little things that I'm going to put in the fire. I'm going to go ahead and get my fire started. I actually brought my cooler out so I can sit on. And this is just a big pine tree that's in front of my yard. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Find a few more pieces of, a few more sticks.
Y'all see the sticks that I got? Those are all from the pine tree.
The best way that I could, so you guys will be able to see what I'm doing, so I can have both of my hands free. So I'm gonna go ahead and light my little fire up.
I did invest in one of those long lighters for lighting the grill, because I don't like those little lighters like that. I end up burning myself every time I try to use them. Y'all know I love the outdoors, so this was just like the coolest thing for me.
Little sticks in there.
Look at that fire, y'all. A lot of people say they like the sound of the water, like the water in my pond or whatever. It's soothing. I like the crackling sound of this fire.
Take my pan.
And y'all, when you do this, you can also put like 4 bricks, you know, so you can cover all 4 corners. and that way your fire doesn't leak out. Like you see right here in the lower corner, there's gonna be a little bit gonna come reach to about right here, and I'm gonna put some water and just kill it. I sprayed the pan with some Pam.
As I get everything on there, I'll grab the camera so you can see. So I have some onions that I chopped up already in the house. I have these little baggy onions. I'm going to not gonna put them on there yet.
I might always fry mine and batter it with cornmeal and a little flour. Oh yes, me too. I love them like that. And sometimes I do a wet batter.
Go ahead and cut the little packet open. Let me go get my scissors so I can cut the little packet open for the fish. Be right back.
So as y'all can see, the little fire is spreading a little bit right here. But I'm gonna get some water and just get rid of that. And it's gonna be fine. I actually have a small grill, like a small outside. It's the kind that you just put on top of like a picnic table or something like that and cook in. I usually use that when I go camping, y'all. Oh my God. It's perfect for like if you're camping or whatever, you know, sleeping in a tent or whatever, and you cook some fish. I mean, you catch some fish or whatever, and you can cook it right there. Small little grill.
Grab some water to get the little side that I don't want to eat. Move my phone, but I don't want that. So I managed to get all of the fish on the grill. I'm going to now put a little seasoning on them. Just a little bit season out. You're gonna smell that immediately. Immediately. I'm gonna throw a little butter up on there, and then I'm gonna get my onions
Hickory
on
chips gives it a nice smoky flavor. Okay, Miss K, thank you for that.
A little bit of black pepper on those onions. A little bit of seasoning, not too much.
Hey, Angel.
Onions smell so good, y'all.
Y'all can only imagine what them smelled like at that time. Oh my God.
It's so good, y'all. Put them over on ready for a little thing on the other side. I'm gonna throw some parsley flakes on that because I like the way it tastes, y'all. And some
Really just the way it looks. Because the parsley flakes don't really change the taste that much. It's more so the way it looks. But those onions, y'all, oh my God. I love me some cooked onions, some grilled onions, some
said she want me to fry up
sauteed.
some egg out here. I said, no problem. No problem. So I did bring a few eggs out here, but I don't know if I'm going to do it.
Deborah said I can smell it now.
She might come hold the camera from me. Like, how you going to do stuff? You won't even hear it. You know what I mean? Children, teenagers. Okay.
Hello, M. Shanti, much love.
good thing about tilapia is that it's so thin, it doesn't even take that long to cook on the fire, y'all. If I had a corn on the cob, I would put a corn on the cob out there. I put a potato out there, you know what I'm saying? Make me a potato and stuff. Take me a potato and cut it in half. Wrap some bacon and, you know, put some salt, peppers, butter, and stuff in there. Just stick it down there on top of the fire. But I cooked all the potatoes yesterday. I cooked all the potatoes yesterday, y'all. 4th of July. This is going to be my little lunch for today, y'all.
Mud pie cake.
And I'll just have some potato salad from yesterday with it.
That sounds so good, Angel. I want all of that.
Pretty much
except the salad. You know I'm allergic to salad,
I
girl.
have a broccoli on the top. That's why I'm using this little pan. It's one of those little cooking sheets. What you call it? They have holes in it, which is perfect because all my juices and stuff can go
I
down
usually use this pan for like pizzas and stuff like that.
dry fish.
Hello, Smile for Done. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I want my onions to be so nice and caramelized. So I'm adding the butter in there. I don't want them to get dry. So the fish is done and off the fire. I still got the onions on the side. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple eggs on the pasta that they do. They might slide down into the fire. We'll see. Drop an egg on there and see what it do. This is gonna be a hit or a miss. I do have those holes in the skillet. In the pan. We're gonna see. We'll put it right here.
You'll see some of the eggs coming down through the hole, but not like a majority of it. Just a little bit of it. Some of it started cooking as it was coming down. But I think I did about 6 eggs on there. When I tell y'all that was some good eating, y'all, oh my God, I almost want to go out there and do it now.
That cook want to fly everywhere.
Y'all see some of that egg coming down right there and cooking.
Price to play. Because they have want some eggs, yeah.
Oh, that's not boring, Angel.
Here we go. It's got the eggs on there. I also let them cook for a little bit before I try to flip them. Try to let them get still. I still got my onions. I moved them over to the side so they can continue to, cook the way I like them. I like mine to be soft. I don't like no hard onions. So I'm just gonna let these eggs cook a little bit, and I'll let you guys see when I get ready to flip them.
And y'all, egg was not even a part of the menu. I was not gonna cook no egg. My daughter was like, "Can you put some eggs on there?"
You guys.
I'm like, okay. But it turned out to be a good yeah, aluminum foil would have worked. Something I wasn't even thinking.
Okay, so
oh my God, but they were so good. I ain't gonna lie.
On the other side, real quick. Not too much.
Something about that smokiness, that fire, it just made them eggs taste so good.
These eggs are done. We're done, y'all. Eggs are looking perfect. The eggs should be done in about another 3 minutes.
Oh wow, you got chickens. Okay, that's what's up. One of my tenants that used to rent from me next door, they had chickens and they used to get eggs and they had chickens and ducks, all kinds of stuff, rabbits. No.
And I tell y'all,
the eggs didn't taste fishy.
That is some good tilapia, y'all. It's better than cooking it in the house, better than cooking it in the oven, better than deep frying it. Oh my God, that is awesome. All right, y'all. Let's get back to these eggs. Now that I tasted the tilapia, I don't think I want to share any of my food with them. I think this is all for me, y'all. This is all for me. Nobody want to come out here and hold a camera for me. Nobody want to come out here and find no sticks for me. So nobody ain't going to eat this
5
food.
Rhode Island, 5 Bears, and 1 Batman. Batham, sorry.
All right,
Plus
now
the
the eggs are ready, you guys. The onions are ready. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the plate. Just a moment. Ooh,
Oh my God.
That
just brought back memories.
Lunch, and it only took me about 10 minutes to make outside on the open fire. Yes, indeed. Some nice onions, some nice tilapia, and some nice eggs. I got more tilapia over here in the bowl, but this is what I'm going to chow down on right now, y'all. It's your girl, Lovely the Great, and take the egg on camera so y'all can see see what it's working with, y'all. Hold on. So this egg. No, I'm not sharing any of this. This is all mine. It's all mine. It's your girl, Lovely the Great, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go sit up here by the pool and eat my food.
I totally decided that I'm not giving them nothing. I'm just going to eat it all by myself. But y'all, okay. So when we talk about tilapia, as y'all can see, it's so many ways to prepare it. So it's so easy. It doesn't take long to cook it because it's so thin. Whether you're pan frying it, baking it, even to bake it in the oven. I have several recipes on this channel of me doing. I've done garlic and herb tilapia and garlic and butter and herb tilapia in the oven. It don't even take no more than 20 minutes. I've done it, on the skillet. Just fried it in the skillet. I fried it in the deep fryer. I've did Parmesan crusted. Just different, ways that you can make the tilapia, and it's so good. And like I said, it's very affordable. You can get like a big old bag with the fillets in there individually sealed and wrapped, so you don't have to thaw out like all the fish. You thought how much you need for that serving or whatever, and cook what you're going to cook. So it's affordable. But now there are some things that are being said about tilapia. And I remember one time I made a video on this channel and I was cooking some tilapia and somebody commented under my video. That was so disrespectful. That was like, that ain't good for you. Why you eating that tilapia? I was like, the devil is a lie. But I had to go and look and see what they were actually saying about my good old wonderful tilapia. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a article that I'm going to read today, and this is coming, and I'm going to share in the description a little later. I'll put the name of the article and the link to where I got it from. Okay, this is coming from medicalnewstoday.com. Okay, and this article, I don't see the date right away of when it was posted. Hold on. It's about tilapia, of course. And let me see. Okay. It was dated on July 17th, so 2018. So a little bit about two years ago, this article was published, and it says, "Is eating tilapia fish safe and healthful?" And it says, tilapia is an easy to prepare and relatively inexpensive fish that many people enjoy eating. However, some reports on tilapia farming practices have led to people worrying about whether or not the fish is safe to eat. In this article, we answer some of the common concerns regarding the farming, safety, breeding, and nutritional value of tilapia. Okay. So it says, what is tilapia? Tilapia is a mild-flavored lean fish, which is easy to prepare and relatively inexpensive. In 2016, tilapia was fourth on a list of the seafood species that people in the United States are most likely to consume. Tilapia fish are very adaptable and can survive even in poor quality water or overcrowded conditions. They grow quickly, so they are a popular choice for farming. The most popular farm species is native to the Nile River in Northeast Africa. What are the concerns about tilapia farming? Now, so the concerns that they're saying is not so much as the fish itself, it's how the fish are being farmed and the conditions that they're being farmed, which can cause them to get sick. Okay, it says there are tilapia farms around the world. The fish does not tolerate cold water, so farming usually takes place in warmer climates. Standards for fish farming vary according to the country and farm. Tilapia is a very successful fish that can survive in a variety of conditions. This can cause problems if any of the fish escape, as they can become an invasive species. In the U.S., tilapia farming takes place in closed tanks to prevent the fish from escaping. Raising tilapia in cramped conditions can lead to disease and overcrowding. Tilapia eat algae, but can survive on a variety of foods. So tilapia eats algae just like algae eaters do. Tadpoles eat algae as well. A good quality diet and a clean, spacious environment will generally produce a healthier fish. The ocean-wide scheme labels fish sources according to their sustainability. This takes into account the long-term survival of the species, its health, environmental pollution, and the impact of fishing on the wider ecosystem. Examples of non-sustainable sources of tilapia include pond farms in China, Taiwan, and open net pen farms in Colombia. That's what I heard as far as the rumors, is that the tilapia that comes from China is not good for people because of the conditions that they farm them. It says sustainable sources of tilapia include tilapia pond farms in Ucarda, blue tilapia raceway farms in Peru, Nile tilapia open net pen farms in Mexico, Honduras, and Indonesia, tilapia recirculating aquaculture system farms in the U.S. Is tilapia safe to eat? Here's the question, y'all. It says when farms rear the tilapia in good conditions, the fish are safe to eat. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which is the FDA, lists tilapia as one of the best choices for pregnant or breastfeeding women and children over the age of 2 years old. This is due to its low mercury and contaminant content. Is tilapia genetically engineered? That was another thing that people said, that tilapia was man-made fish or whatever. Selective breeding has led to changes in the genes of most farmed animals and fish over time. The species in farms often look different to those in the wild. Selective breeding can increase the amount of meat from an animal or make a species easier to farm. These usually have no adverse effects for people eating the fish, the meat or the fish. However, people may want to check food labels for the following terms: genetically modified, genetically engineered, bioengineered. These terms mean that scientists have altered the DNA of an animal or plant in the laboratory. This is a common way to make plants resistant to diseases, pests, or chemicals such as glyphosate. Hey, KPR, much love. It says the first GE fish that the FDA approved for sale in the U.S. was the Aqua Advantage salmon the Aqua Bounty Technologies produced. This fish grows more quickly than it would in the wild as a result of higher levels of growth hormone. These GE salmon may have more antibiotics and food dyes in their food. After an investigation, the FDA decided that the Aqua Advantage salmon was safe to eat and did not pose a threat to the environment, despite many organizations and experts raising concerns. The FDA have not yet approved any GE tilapia. Although Aqua Bounty Technologies are currently developing GE trout, catfish, and other fish which they intend to sell commercially. The U.S. Department of Agriculture are creating a new scheme for labeling GM foods. This will make it easier for consumers to know which foods are GM. Have y'all ever even paid attention to or noticed the GM or GE that may be on some foods? Because some people don't even pay any attention, and it may be on vegetables, fruit, or meat, and of course, as you can see, fish. It says, does tilapia contain dioxins? Dioxins are toxic chemicals that pollute the environment and are harmful to health. They can be present in the tissue of animals, fish, and shellfish, which people might eat. Most countries check food for dioxin contamination. Contaminated animal feed is a common source of dioxins. As long as farms use feed that meets safety standards, it is unlikely to contain harmful levels of dioxins. Tilapia is no more likely to contain dioxins than any other type of fish. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Let me get me something to drink. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to get me something to drink. Okay, so it says, what nutrition does tilapia provide? It says tilapia is a source of protein and is relatively low in fat. Eating fish is generally a more healthful way to consume protein than fried, processed, or red meat. Tilapia is also lower in sodium, calories, and total fat than bacon and other processed meat. And unlike them, it does not contain nitrates that can potentially cause cancer. Tilapia contains the essential fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6. Omega-3 fatty acids contribute to heart health, vision, and joint strength. Omega-6 fatty acids can be less beneficial to health if people consume them in excess, as they may cause or worsen inflammation. Now, that's something that a lot of people probably did not know. That omega-6 fatty acids, if you consume a lot of it, it can cause or worsen inflammation. So people that have like arthritis and stuff like that, it can cause or worsen the inflammation of that as well. Okay, it says there are more omega-6 fatty acids in tilapia than omega-3 fatty acids. However, the total fat content in a tilapia fillet is low, so a person will only consume a small quantity of omega-6 when they eat the fish. Due to its higher ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, tilapia is less healthful than salmon. However, it still provides more omega-3 than most meats. It says research in 2018 found that giving tilapia fish enriched feed raises their omega-3 content further. Mm. Y'all, I'm having me a nice little wine Smirnoff cooler. Okay, so it says, what are the health benefits of tilapia? People can eat lean fish at least twice a week as a part of a healthful diet. Tilapia is an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids and protein, both of which are important for good health. Y'all know, I don't know if I'm not going to say it's because I live in Louisiana because I'm not from Louisiana. I just love seafood, but not all seafood. So certain fish, certain other things, like I like shrimp and things like that. I could darn near eat it every day if I, could. But is it good for you? Probably not. Not to eat it every day. But I love me some catfish. I love any freshwater fish that I can catch myself because I like to go fishing. And then I like tilapia because it's cheap. If I just want some fish that I to buy from the store, I would probably buy the tilapia, and I would probably buy the catfish fillets as well. Sometimes if they don't have the fillets, I'll get the catfish nuggets, but I don't really care for the nuggets. I don't like the way they're cut. But when we cook the fish that we caught ourselves, oh my God, it just tastes so much better. Okay, it's such a better tasting fish when you catch it yourself. I don't know, maybe because you did all the work, you know what I'm saying? Like you caught that fish, okay? But as far as fish that I will buy, sometimes I would buy like the whiting fish, the tilapia, and the catfish fillets. Okay. It says choosing tilapia from a responsible source can reduce the risk to health. Consumers can look for the country of origin or the ocean-wide symbol to check the source of their fish. And then it says, what are the alternatives to tilapia? Lean fish contains a relatively small amount of fat and calories, making it a healthier choice. Have y'all ever heard of buffalo fish? It's supposed to be, you're not supposed to, like, certain places you're not supposed to catch them and eat them, but oh my God, that fish tastes just like chicken. It is so good, y'all. It's called buffalo fish. But anyway, so it says, tilapia is a lean fish, but other fish contain more omega-3 fatty acids. There are other lean, low mercury fish with good omega-3 content that can be a healthier option than tilapia. These include salmon, cod, trout, red snapper, mackerel, sardines, and herring. And who eats sardines? Do y'all eat sardines? I have never in my life been able to eat a sardine. And I remember when I was young, my dad used to peel that little can of sardines open, and he would eat them with crackers or whatever. And I would just be like, ew, I couldn't get past the smell of it. I just couldn't. I love bass and crappie. Crappie is, oh yes, I like crappie too. We're going fishing in about an hour and a half. Oh wow, a smile for done. I hope y'all have a good time. I would like to plan a nice fishing trips soon as well, because I got a new pole that I still haven't used yet. Okay. But yeah, I can't fix myself to try the sardines. So I don't know what they taste like because I just can't get past the smell. Okay. It says takeaway. Many people enjoy eating tilapia, which is low in fat and a good source of protein. There are tilapia farms around the world. If these farms maintain good conditions, their fish is safe to eat. Choosing tilapia from a responsible source ensures that the fish a person is eating is safe, healthful, and sustainable. Consumers can look for the country of did I read this part already? Of origin on the ocean-wide symbol to check the source of their fish. Now, I was just looking at my bag earlier when I made that little clip, and I don't remember seeing an ocean-wide symbol. It probably had that on there, but I don't remember, or I didn't know what I was looking at when I saw it. So I'm gonna look at that again. When eating fish, it is best to choose a low mercury fish that contains more omega-3 than omega-6 fatty acids, such as sardines and salmon. However, non-GE tilapia is still a better choice than red meat and processed meats such as bacon, hot dogs, and burgers. Okay, so that's the end. That's the end of that article, y'all. I actually found a video that I wanted to show y'all as well, and this is under for educational purposes, y'all. I wanted to share. Let me find it. Oh, my husband eats them with the sardines. It just I can't get past just that smell. I don't know. It just looked like you're eating some raw fish. And I don't eat sushi either. My son eats it, which is weird because most things that he don't eat, I don't eat it either. And the girls usually eat the stuff that we don't eat. But the sushi is something that he eats and I don't eat it. My girls will eat crawfish. They will eat like big buckets of it. And I don't eat that. So, and my son don't eat it. So it's crazy. But let me pull up this video that I had found about the tilapia. The video is like 5 minutes long, y'all. I am going to put the link in the chat. I'm not going to play the whole video. We get past this commercial. And I'm going to be doing this in fair use for educational purposes, y'all.
Not all fish are created equal, and one of the types you've probably heard a lot about is tilapia. It's definitely not one of the highly sought after types of fish, and you've probably heard that it's bad for you for various reasons. But how much of it is true? Today,
so basically, like we were talking about just a while ago, you may have heard, and I've heard it. Like I said, I had a nice video up on my channel. I don't know if I was frying it or if I was baking it. I don't know how I was cooking it, but I was getting all these wonderful reviews. And then somebody was like, that's not good for you. You shouldn't eat tilapia. Why are you eating that? And I was like, wait a minute, okay? Like, I love tilapia. Like, what you trying to do? You're not about to stop me from eating no good old tilapia. That part.
tilapia is fished, farmed, and raised all over the world. But according to Berkeley Wellness, the fish originated in the Middle East and Africa and was once known for being a food fit for a pharaoh. According to the Southern Regional Aquaculture Center, depictions of tilapia have been found on the walls of ancient Egyptian tombs, suggesting they weren't just an important part of diets around 3,000 years ago, but they were important enough to be immortalized. And if you're familiar with the
I'm trying to understand how they was able to know that was tilapia that was on them drawings. Because, I'm just curious because it's a lot of types of fish. And I don't think, well, I'm going to just be quiet about that one. I'm going to be quiet about that one. Let's get back into it.
biblical story about Jesus making just a few loaves of bread and a few fish into a meal for 5,000 people, the New York Times says scholars believe those fish were most likely tilapia. Some tilapia farms raise fish in cramped and crowded conditions that allow disease to spread quickly. Some farms, likewise, aren't all that concerned about what they're dumping into surrounding waters. According to the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch, avoid tilapia imported from China if you want to keep away from fish raised under those types of practices. If you're looking for tilapia...
So yeah, like I said, and that's what I read, and that's what as I was doing my research for this video, is that the tilapia that's raised in China, like they don't really go by the guidelines as far as the farming, and they just kind of dump anything into the water, and just things of that nature. And they overcrowd and things of that nature. I'm gonna need you to eat that other pork chop.
That have been raised under responsible, environmentally friendly conditions. Look for some from Peru and Ecuador. And according to the Oceanwise Seafood Program, tilapia from Mexico, Indonesia, and Honduras are also eco-friendly options, along with fish farmed in the U.S. in a recirculating aquaculture system.
But it's really important from a food security standpoint that we start developing sustainable ways to develop aquaculture as a food production mechanism in the United States.
In 1988, World Fish kicked off the genetically improved farm tilapia project, with the goal of perfecting a strain of tilapia for raising on a commercial scale. What followed was a systematic breeding program, where researchers selected the fish with the genetic traits they wanted to pass on and bred those fish. The program started...
What do you mean with the genetic traits? What do you do? Like, you just look at them and see, oh, he's a swimmer. Oh, he's a swimmer that jumps really high. Like, how do you... I don't get that, but okay. Like you said, they picked out the ones with the genetic traits that they wanted to... I just don't get it. Like, I guess they had some slow fish too. Some fish that was just like riding on a slow fish bus, and they didn't want them.
With wild tilapia from various locales and resulted in tilapia that grew 85% faster. Since 2017, a weirdly popular meme about tilapia claims the fish is a mutant full of cancer-causing toxins with no skin and no bones.
Have you tried not being a mutant?
Snow says that there is some truth to the meme, namely that most tilapia comes from farms and is raised on genetically modified foods, depending on its source. But it isn't dangerous. Also, the fish clearly has bones and skin. As for the toxins, there's the potential for dangerous levels of mercury and other chemicals to show up in any kind of fish, so that's another bit of scaremongering too. The Washington Post reported that another rumor claims tilapia isn't good for you because a lot of it is fed with livestock waste, and its basis comes from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's 2009 report on how fish imported from China were raised. And according
so what they're saying is that some people believe that the fish was being fed livestock waste. But now, if you think about it, and I'm just going to be blunt with this, okay, and frank, a lot of your vegetables that are grown in gardens or what have you, they use livestock waste as fertilizer. Okay, like the cow manure, they use that to fertilize the gardens for the vegetables and fruits that you eat. So I just don't understand the difference. If your tomatoes and your corn and your carrots and your cabbage and your peas and your beans and everything else was fertilized by livestock waste, then what would be the issue with the fish being their food, having it in it? I'm just trying to understand the difference.
According to Seafood Watch, manure is often used in the process of raising fish, usually dumped into ponds to feed plankton and other organisms that the fish actually eat. That practice can potentially increase the chance bacteria like salmonella will find its way into the fish, but it only happens at some farms. Bottom line, know where the fish you buy comes from. Tilapia has a bad reputation when it comes to how healthy it is, but it's a little more complicated than that. Healthline says that even though it's a super low-calorie fish, it's also about a ton of protein, 26 grams in a 3.5-ounce serving. It's also high in B12, niacin, and potassium. It's low in fat, too, but that's part of the problem. When you compare tilapia to salmon, you'll find that serving of salmon has about 10 times the health-promoting omega-3 fatty acids. Tilapia has more omega-6 fatty acids, which is not nearly as good for you as the other stuff. Some pseudo-nutritionists have claimed that tilapia is worse for you than bacon, but that's a case of twisted facts. According to Berkeley Wellness, the bacon rumor got started thanks to a 2008 study published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association. They were looking at the ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s in tilapia and found that it has roughly twice as many omega-6s. But omega-6 is found in much higher amounts in other foods like seeds and nuts. And tilapia has far fewer calories and less saturated fat and sodium than bacon. So should you add tilapia to your menu or skip it? If someone
Tilapia will continue to be in my menu, just not as much. Like I said, when we buy the tilapia, we may buy the 64-ounce bag. That may last us for maybe 2 months because that's a lot of fish. There's only 2 of us here. Even if I cook some for company, you still get a lot of fish in there. We're not eating it every day. Now, I wouldn't suggest anybody to eat any fish every single day, like, or whatever. But if you're not eating it as often or whatever, I don't think there's an issue with it. But I'm not a person that works for any of those companies that can tell you all that. I'm just a person that eats, okay, like everybody else. The difference is fertilizer is soil fed. It's mixed in the soil, not direct. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. And so what they were saying is that they were throwing it into the water for the other things that the fish eat. They're not throwing it in there for the fish to eat it. They're throwing it in there for the plankton, the other stuff that the fish eat that's in the water. It feeds those things, is what they were saying, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to rewind that part back. About right here.
isn't good for you because a lot of it is fed with livestock waste, and its basis comes from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's 2009 report on how fish imported from China were raised. And according to Seafood Watch, manure is often used in the process of raising fish, usually dumped into ponds to feed plankton and other organisms that the fish actually eat. That practice can potentially increase the chance bacteria like salmonella will find its way into the fish, but it only happens at some farms. Bottom line, know where the fish you buy comes from. Talapia has a bad reputation when it comes to how healthy it is, but it's a little more complicated than that. Healthline says that even though it's a super low-calorie fish, it's also about a ton of protein, 26 grams in a 3.5-ounce serving. It's also high in B12, niacin, and potassium. It's low in fat too, but that's part of the problem. When you compare tilapia to salmon, you'll find that serving of salmon has about 10 times the health-promoting omega-3 fatty acids.
I'm sorry.
Tilapia
Every
has
time they
omega-6
show that
fatty
little piece of salmon and that seasoning that they put on there, all I could think about is, ooh, I want me some salmon, but I want it on the grill. Yeah, I want it on the grill.
Which is not nearly as good for you as the other stuff. Some pseudo-nutritionists have claimed that tilapia is worse for you than bacon, but that's a case of twisted facts. According to Berkeley Wellness, the bacon rumor got started thanks to a 2008 study published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association. They were looking at the ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s in tilapia and found that it has roughly twice as many omega-6s. But omega-6 is found in much higher amounts in other foods like seeds and nuts. And tilapia has far fewer calories and less saturated fat and sodium than bacon. So
Ooh,
should you add tilapia to your
good.
menu or skip it? If someone in your family doesn't like fish, Berkeley Wellness says that tilapia might just be the perfect gateway fish. It's mild, very lean, and it doesn't have the strong fishy taste and smell that turns a lot of people off. The National
I was
Fisheries
just gonna say that it don't have that strong fishy taste or smell that make people, because some people don't like certain fish because it's got a strong ocean taste to it or whatever. Even some shrimp, it just tastes like it just came right out the ocean and didn't even get washed off or nothing or whatever. But hey, you know, everybody likes stuff different.
Institute says that at the end of the day, tilapia is perfectly safe. It's low calorie, super sustainable, and very versatile. If you're looking for fish to get the big nutritional punch you've heard so much about, Medical News Today says there are other types that contain more omega-3 fatty acids and might be a better option. Those are fish like red snapper, trout, cod, salmon, mackerel, and even sardines. Here's a wild fact though. Sometimes if you're eating what you think is one of those fish, you're actually eating tilapia.
Keep it duped, suckers.
Seafood fraud is rampant, and according to Oceana, as much as 21% of seafood is mislabeled. The worst offenders are restaurants and small markets, and among the most commonly mislabeled fish are sea bass and snapper. A shocking 55% of the time, customers weren't getting sea bass, and they weren't getting snapper 42% of the time. Instead, they were getting tilapia or perch. Tilapia has also been labeled as Alaskan or Pacific cod. If you want to know what you're really getting, large chain grocery stores tend to have the best record when it comes to accurately labeling exactly what it is they're selling. So enjoy that tilapia you're eating, whether you know it's what you're eating or not. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more match videos about seafood are coming soon.
So that was a good, that particular video gave us, it answered a lot of our questions. Hello, Sweet Pea. It answered a lot of our questions about tilapia. She gave us all the different statistics, whether they were good or bad. Bass isn't fishy. I love, oh yes, I love bass too. She gave us pretty much, you know, all the information, the statistics, whether or not, you know, if any of it was true or not, or if it was just something rumor that was started or what have you. So we got like a good understanding of what she was saying. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all a couple more videos on this food channel of other different ways that I have made tilapia, because some of y'all might not be aware that I do have quite a few videos, because we do eat tilapia. So here's one that I did. It was called garlic and herb baked tilapia, y'all.
Hello, it's your girl Lovely Great, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a quick baked tilapia with butter and garlic. I'm going to be making this for my husband. Today is his birthday. He's at work, and I just want to make something really quick to go with for him for dinner. That's not too, you know, heavy on the stomach, because I mean he's going to get home after 1 o'clock in the morning. We don't want to give him nothing that's going to be so, you know, heavy. So I have some tilapia fillets already thawed out in the sink. I'm going to rinse them off, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a bowl. I have a stick of butter. 1 stick of butter. I'm going to put this in the bowl and put it in the microwave for about a minute and let it melt. Okay, so I have my butter. I have some parsley flakes. I have some oregano leaves. I have some onion powder. I have some garlic and herb seasoning. And I also have just some regular garlic powder. I'm going to put some of all of those that I just told you guys about into the butter, a nice amount so that it can coat all of the pieces of fish. I'm going to also put a little bit of black pepper and salt. Oh, I have all my spices inside the butter. I have them all in there, nice and good in there. So what I'm going to do now is basically we're going to dip each piece of fish into the buttery stuff, and we're going to lay it into the pan. Don't worry, because we're going to still put some on top. So just dip each piece of fish, each fillet, into our mixture like this, and then just kind of lay it in the pan, just like that. Now that we've done that, you're going to take your bowl and you're going to basically sprinkle some of this same mixture onto all of the fish. We're going to use all of that. So even if you don't sprinkle it on, we're going to put some in the pan. Okay? Okay. And this is what it should look like. You're going to put this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. The oven is on 375 already because I have a apple cobbler crisp thing already in there. This is what our baked tilapia looks like. It's done.
Oh my God, I could just taste it.
With some green beans on the side. I actually made some green bean casserole. And this is going to be a nice light dinner for my husband.
All right, so I'm going to show y'all another way that I cook some tilapia on this channel. That was just one way, y'all. Here's another video. You skip my intro. Y'all know the intro is like 20 seconds. And I'll pull this one up for y'all. Yes, lemon pepper is really good on fish, y'all.
And for you girls. Hello, 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 hello. It's your girl Living Great. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys a quick recipe that you can make using tilapia and the whey oven. So I have a sheet of.
So this was like similar to the one that we did yesterday that I showed y'all in the beginning of the video. The only difference is I think in that one that we did yesterday, we did potatoes, onions, and seasonings, butter, and the tilapia. And this one right here, I don't think we did any potatoes. I think we did something else.
I'm going to rinse my tilapia fillets off. I'm going to lay them onto the foil paper, and I'll be right back. Next, I'm going to slice up a quarter of
Good luck, and I hope y'all catch a lot of fish. A smile for done.
Okay, so I'm going to put some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, season off, a little bit of red crushed pepper on both sides of the fish. I'm going to lay my onion rings on it, just some of the I'll try to slice them thinly. This is just based on how you personal preference. It does not have to be a certain way. Also put bell peppers. I love my bell peppers kind of big, so the egg is dense. I'm going to also add some oregano leaves on top. And I'm going to take some butter and I'm going to cut a few little slices of butter and lay them on top of the fish. Okay, so I put 6 thin slices of butter, a total of 3 tablespoons of butter. So now that I have that, I'm going to wrap this up really nice and neatly. I am going to sit this on the top rack or 3-inch rack in the low wave oven. I'm going to set it for quick start, or just the cook. Just put it on 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to check it and put it back in there for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. So total about 35 minutes. You're going to want to cut about 3 to 4 little slits on the top of the whatever. So this is after 20 minutes. I'm going to add just a little bit more butter.
Okay, M. Shanti.
A little bit more garlic powder. I'm going to put it back in there for an additional 10.
Thank you for being here.
Well, about 13, 14 more minutes, and then it'll be ready.
And that's the finished product.
Right, y'all.
Yeah.
This is the finished look.
Oh my God.
Succulent.
When I say that tilapia was good.
The butter, garlic, and all the herbs we put on there. I'm just waiting on my potato. I actually have 2 potatoes in the microwave. I forgot to put them in the new wave with this fish, so I have them in my.
Yeah, you can put whole potatoes in a new wave, it'll pretty much bake them or whatever as well. It don't take that long in a new wave as opposed to in the oven. But so that was just another video of me cooking some tilapia, y'all. Like I say, we eat tilapia around here. It wasn't gonna be nothing they could have told me that was gonna make me not like my tilapia. Okay, so I have one more video that I'm going to show you guys, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If anybody have any questions, we'll do questions and answers. But this one right here is where I'm going to actually just pan fry some tilapia, because a lot of people like their tilapia fried. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many ways to make it. So here's that video. It's about 4 minutes long.
Your girl up there right in this video, I'm going to show you really quickly how to fry tilapia on the stove, top in a little skillet. So what I did, I went ahead and rinsed my tilapia off. I cut them in half. I don't know why, it just makes me feel like I have more than what I really have. I'm only doing 6 whole tilapias, which when you cut them in half, that makes 12. So that me and my daughters can each have 2 whole tilapias apiece. Okay, so I cut them in half. I sprinkled just a little bit of seasonal, which is salt based, so I did not do a lot. As you can see, there's not a lot on there. I took some yellow cornmeal, put it on the plate, and I put a little black pepper in there, and I just took a fork and tossed it around, you know, really good. I don't want to put too much seasoning on here because I'm on a diet, y'all. I'm trying to go on a diet, so I'm not gonna try to put too much stuff on there. So I put the fish into the cornmeal mixture just like this. Basically, and put some of the cornmeal on top.
Accent, okay.
Like that. And I do the same thing on the bottom, flip it over, and then I place them inside of the skillet. The skillet has oil that I had in there. I didn't put too much oil, and I just put them in there, and I just let them fry for a few minutes.
A lot of people like to fry their fish in canola oil. I just don't like canola oil. I don't know why. It just don't taste good to me. So I use vegetable oil. While a lot of people do fry fish in canola oil, I just wanted to say that.
I flip them over. It don't even take that long because tilapia is so thin. It really doesn't take long to fry. I have it on a little bit over medium high heat. It's not all the way high, but it's on medium high. Everything I think for to do this. I kind of have quite a few in here, a little bit more than I would, but I'm on my lunch break and I'm just trying to hurry up and get it done. A nice thing to make with these just on the side would be to take some potatoes. Like, you know, I'm going to take like 3 potatoes. I'm going to cut them up into some small little pieces, and I'm going to fry them as well. So that's a nice little thing to have on the side, or you can just do them, you know, with bread. What I like to eat,
I just wanted to show y'all that there's so many ways that you can make tilapia, y'all. Tilapia is a inexpensive fish. You can get a big old bag with enough fillets in there to last, you know, a month, depending on how much y'all eat or whatever, how many people in your family. Like I said, the big bag can last us for 2 months, but that's just because it's just 2 people. And then you can, when you get ready to cook it, you know, they're individually wrapped. So you take out however many you want to use, and you know, thaw them out and cook them. Whatever. It don't take long to cook them in any kind of way that you cook them. All the ways that you cook them, it don't take a long time. Hey, Miss Sheila. So I say, you know, I love tilapia. Y'all will never hear me say I don't love tilapia. I'm going to drop the link if anybody have any questions, or if y'all have a question in the chat y'all want to ask me about today's topic, let me know and I'll answer your question to the best of my knowledge. If I don't know, I'll, you know, be like, look, I don't know. And then we'll go ahead on it and get off of here. I'll be back a little later on with the exercise channel. We do have an exercise session tonight at 7 p.m. For those ladies that are part of the exercise group. If you're not a part of the exercise group, it's only $10 per month. You can join at any time. You don't have to wait till the beginning of the month. You can join today if you want to. Just shoot me $10 through Cash App, PayPal, Cash App or PayPal, and then just let me know who you are, and I can send you the link. We will be exercising at 7 p.m. tonight. So I don't see any questions in the chat. I do have a video, Sweet Pea, on how to make homemade tartar sauce, because we make fish a lot and we make our own tartar sauce here. We don't buy store-bought tartar sauce. It's a very simple recipe. It's ingredients that most people already have anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead on and end the live. Thank you all for being here. I wasn't planning on going over an hour, so I'm like 12 minutes over. Much love, everybody. Nobody has submitted a topic for our next Let's Talk Food, so I will come up with it. Usually we'll talk about foods that or controversial foods that are for whatever some foods that might have some myths going around about them. I know it won't change your mind, but too much mercury in love tilapia. I know. Yeah. So like I won't eat it as much as I was eating it, but I still will eat it. And I always have like catfish and perks and the crappie and all them types of fish in my deep freezer because we go fishing a lot. We haven't been in a while, but we still have some catfish in there from the last time. And y'all, when I tell y'all, fresh caught fish is a whole lot tastier than store-bought any day. Yes, homemade tartar sauce is very easy. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'll be back on YouTube at 7 for exercise tonight. Much love, everybody, and thank y'all for being here. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.